If you're looking to create, grow, and sustain your wealth, download and subscribe to the Pain Points of Wealth podcast at BeBullish.com with Bob, Ryan, and Chris Payne. It's your podcast for market insights, money tips, and real talk on the economy. Download and subscribe at BeBullish.com.
I am so excited for this spa day. Candles lit, music on, hot tub warm and ready. And then my chronic hives come back. Again, in the middle of my spa day. What a wet blanket. Looks like another spell of itchy red skin. If you have chronic spontaneous urticaria, or CSU, there is a different treatment option. Hives during my next spa day? Not if I can help it. Learn more at treatmyhives.com.
The Rita Cosby Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And joining us now is the former chief of staff for the greatest mayor of New York City, Rudy Giuliani, Tony Carbonetti. Tony, we are so happy to have you here. Your thoughts first off about President Trump's comments, and obviously Elon Musk echoing the same thing.
Well, I think what the president's saying is really what most of New York is saying. You know, we have a choice now. Are we going to elect a socialist or are we going to elect a Democrat? And I think even Republicans are saying we need to elect a Democrat. I think what's happening is, you know, we're not a socialist city. We're a democratic city. You see it, the numbers, as you said, we're at 4-1 registered Democrats over Republicans in the early voting. That's 6.5 or 7-1. Republicans made up only 11% of early voting, which is why earlier today when we were on the show, I said to Curtis Slewa voters, give it up. You're just wasting your vote. If you vote for Curtis, you might as well vote for Zohran right now. With only 11% of Republicans voting early, Curtis has no shot of winning. So we got to rally behind Andrew Cuomo.
What are you looking for also, Tony? And you're a Republican, right, too? So this is a powerful message from you.
I'm a Republican. I'm telling you to vote for the Democrat Andrew Cuomo. I don't want to have a socialist city.
Well, you know what, Tony? I keep looking at things. I just saw another videotape right before air just now, and it shows that, you know, Zohran Mamdani, this is I think it was 2021, screaming at the top of his lungs about, you know, divest from anything tied to Israel. We've seen some of these other hateful comments. He really is, and we've talked about this, and I've said this, I believe he's the most dangerous politician of my lifetime because he's not just his socialist views, you know, the free buses and the government-run grocery stores. This guy is a true believer, and the more we hear about him and some of his alliances, it really does come down to somebody who vote for somebody who you believe clearly at least loves and cares about New York City and is not anti-Semitic, is not anti-police, is not anti a lot of these things. This Zohran Mamdani is absolutely dangerous, Tony Carbonetti.
You know, Rita, you cannot run a city of 8 million people and be a child and say stupid things like that, like defund the police or compare the police to the IDF or divest. I mean, you have to be an adult. There's decisions that have to get made every day, and they can't by someone with the lack of experience this man has, and just the lack of experience is ridiculous.
Yeah, it is stunning. He just turned 34. He's an, unremarkable assemblyman. Most people don't even remember him there. He wasn't there for 80% of the votes. Right, he didn't do anything.
All of these things he talks about he's going to give you now, he never tried to do any of that in the assembly. This is all just part of the playlist. You know, they tested a bunch of things that works. Oh, everything's expensive. We need to make an affordable city. So somewhere on the chalkboard in some DSA, lab, they came up with this idea that here's going to be his talking points. We'll take him, we'll put him out there, and we know how to win a Democratic primary. I've said in the past the progressives are very good at winning Democratic primaries here in New York City, and he's the chosen candidate. But he never tried to do any of these things while he was in the assembly.
Right. He didn't try to do it. And you're right. It's just all crazy talking points. And sadly, there are people buying it. And Tony Carbonetti, the other thing, too, a little history of this guy. I mean, his sort of mentor, if you will, is a woman named Linda Sarsour. She had to resign from a women's march because of her anti-Semitic, anti-gay views. And this person is sort of the poster child for the Democratic Socialists of America. She's saying in the last 24 hours that he's going to be beholden to me, that we're going to be there with him in Gracie Mansion. What does that mean for the city we love if you have people like that and some of the other people that we've talked about on the earlier show?
Yeah, it means that he doesn't have enough bodies. It takes hundreds of people to staff a mayoral. City Hall alone has hundreds of employees. Then you have all the agencies. You'll be in charge of 500,000 people. Someone that comes into this job usually has a network and also a party behind them. And the party helps you do this. Well, in this situation, his party is going to be the DSA, the Democratic Socialists of America, the people that tell us to defund the police. Those are is that really the group you want? You know, putting people into City Hall to make decisions about what happens in New York City? Like I said, there's 8 million people, 1 million visitors a day, subways, buses. We have all kinds of terrorist threats. And is the DSA the group you want staffing City Hall? Let's be real.
Right. It is. It is absolutely incredible. And the other issue, not even just the defund the police, they open the jail cells, the let's forget the misdemeanors, send a social worker. I mean, these things are like lunatic. And yet here we are. So what are you looking for? The polls are going to open in a matter of hours from now, Tony Carbonetti. What are you going to be looking for in the numbers and sort of guide us through what tomorrow could look like?
I've been saying all along, I think Zohran is capped at about 650,000 votes. I think Curtis, who came into this with roughly the 300 to 325,000 a Republican normally gets, will actually get less than that. I think he'll get about 225. So I keep saying if we get to 1-6, we're in good shape and Andrew wins this. So 1-5, 1-6, I think we're okay. I think we're going to blow through that. If voting continues the way it has now, we're going to get to 1-7 or 1-8.
Which would be, near historic numbers. I mean, everybody is talking about this. Everybody's talking about this. What do you want to say to voters across the country tonight? Obviously, we have an enormous listenership on WABC Radio here on the Rita Cosby Show. And we have many listeners who have relatives and friends in New York City, Tony Carbonetti.
I tell everyone, as New York goes, the country goes. And the last thing you want is New York City going socialist. It would be a message to the world, actually, if New York went socialist. We're the capital. We are the capital of the world. We're the capital of the capitalist society. We don't want to go socialist.
Yeah, we definitely don't at all. And Tony, I want to make sure happy wife, happy life. Your wife ran the marathon, right?
My wife ran the marathon yesterday for the third time. God bless her. She finished. And Rita, just so you know, I did have her vote early, just in case, But no, very, very proud of her. Both my daughters came in to watch her. And then, we're very, very proud of her.
Well, bravo to your wife. My dad used to run, as I told you, Tony, many marathons. So I know how much training and work goes into that. That's awesome. And Tony, I know you're going to be with us tomorrow night, because we will have the best coverage anywhere.
I'll be there for the victory.
Yep. We can't wait. Hopefully it is a huge victory for New York, right? That is the bottom line. And hopefully people who are listening tonight and listen to the President of the United States, Elon Musk, you, and so many others who know the numbers and know what's at stake. Clearly,
that Musk guy and that Trump guy have a little more followers than I do on Twitter.
I know you got a lot of them. After being here on the show, you might have a bigger one. Who knows? Tony, thank you so much. You're terrific.
The Rita Cosby Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network. If you're looking to create, grow, and sustain your wealth, download and subscribe to the Pain Points of Wealth podcast at BeBullish.com with Bob, Ryan, and Chris Payne. It's your podcast for market insights, money tips, and real talk on the economy. Download and subscribe at BeBullish.com.